come May, if we do not win the Premier League, I think we can all agree now that is because of Sanchez. If what we saw last night is anything to go by, our only problem is the goalkeeping department. And this is a problem that we've not been able to fix over the last 2 or 3 seasons. I don't know why. We had a chance, I think a season or 2 seasons ago, to buy Mike Mignon from AC Milan. We didn't do that. I don't know if that's how we pronounce it. Sorry, French people. Mike Mignon, something like that. We didn't buy the guy, right? I don't know why. Now we've remained with Sanchez. Brighton, thank you very much for all the players you've given us. Cucurella, fantastic for us. All the best in Real Madrid. You know, João Pedro. Oh, thank you very much for João Pedro. And thank you for Moises Caicedo. But, hey man, we are not grateful for Sanchez. He's been disaster. There's always a mistake in him. He looks shaky. I don't know what happens with Sanchez, hey? It looks like he gets bored and he's like out of touch. He doesn't know where he is. And then all of a sudden remembers, oh, I'm actually playing a game, you know. Because what was that? The problem with Sanchez sometimes, like yesterday, the match was just going on properly. Everything was looking good. All of a sudden, he's given a back pass. He leaves it too late. The ball is out of play. He tries to scrub it off. He just hits the ground. He can't even clear it properly. He can't pass to Hato properly. And then it's a corner kick. That started inviting, Fulham to say, you know what? We can actually go for this guy. He looks unstable already. And come on, if I'm aware of how Sanchez is, what more the players, what more Fulham players, they know that this guy is shaky. And if you can sense that, oh, today he looks unstable, just go for it. And that's what Fulham did. Joshua King, all of a sudden, is like, you know what? Josh King is like, you know what? I'm going to hit it from afar. Why are you getting beaten from that angle, near post? It's not supposed to happen. If Chelsea is serious this season, we need to get a new goalkeeper. Xabi Alonso is a coach that I trust. We have enough good players this season to challenge, for the Premier League. Last night's match, very easy to analyze. For Chelsea, you already know where the strength is and you know where the problem is. Our attack looks incredible. João Pedro, Cole Palmer, as well as Morgan Rogers look nice and clean. We know our midfield yesterday was not the best. Caicedo was missing in there. He's going to be available hopefully for the next match. We know we are okay in the midfield. Enzo could leave, yes. We're going to make a plan, okay? But we could be outscoring teams, yes. But hey, man, you don't want to. Some games you just need to score one and rely on your defense to do something. Rely on your goalkeeper to do something. Last night, our goalkeeper was not good. Sanchez was not good. Our wingbacks were not good. Gerardo Hato and Gusto were not good. Kowi was not good. The only positive in defense, Achempong was okay, and then Massens Lacroix was brilliant. There was only, I think, one moment where he was a bit shaky, but for the rest of the match, I think he was brilliant. I think he was responsible for the first goal as well. He headed it and then went to Cole Palmer and then João Pedro, solid. And then obviously the second goal as well, hey man, I didn't even know he had that in him, kind of did 1-on-2, 10 in and out, cross in, Morgan Rogers, first goal in the Premier League for Chelsea. So that's the only positive in defense last night. Sanchez needs to go. Xabi Alonso knows what it takes to win a Premier League. He knows what it takes to win a championship. He won the Bundesliga, in Germany. He's worked with the likes of Pepe Reina. He's worked with the likes of Casillas. He knows, what a goalkeeper brings to a team. So I don't believe he's now seated there and is convinced we're going to do something with Sanchez. I know a couple of weeks ago he said, you know what, Sanchez is good and we're going to roll with him. But after last night's performance, I expect Xabi Alonso to be like, you know what, guys, let me change my words. Let's go for another keeper. I hear Emi Martinez is still available. He's obviously been replaced by Suzuki for Aston Villa. There's the guy from Dortmund, Kobel. There's the guy from Portugal, Diogo Costa, who's also very good. He's a Portugal keeper, Portugal #1 as well, and is very good with the penalties as well. That's somebody we could get. It could cost a lot more money, but hey, man, at this point, get the guy in because we are desperate. If this was Roman and Mourinho, this was Roman and Tuchel, we could have gotten rid of Sanchez, trust me, and we could have gotten somebody in nice and easy before the transfer window closes. But I'm not confident now, But he's now the manager, Xabi Alonso. He's not the head coach. He's the manager. We are thinking he's got more say in as far as signings are concerned. So I'm hoping he's going to say something. We've got a couple of days before the transfer window comes to a close. So please, Xabi Alonso, do something. It's going to be really sad if we cannot win the Premier League at the end of the season because of Sanchez. Like, we all know at this point, João Pedro is going to have a fantastic season. That number 9 case doesn't have a thing on him. He showed us 30 seconds in, I'm good. Cole Palmer looks scintillating. He looks like the old Cole Palmer of 2 seasons ago. We are happy. Morgan Rogers didn't have the fantastic game, but he was good enough. He was good enough for his first game. He was good enough, And the good thing is, like, I watched the interview where Rogers was saying, what, I'm trying to learn João Pedro in training. We've been working on some combinations. I already know my buddy Cole Palmer, so it's easy and it's wonderful to play with these guys. They look happy and they're helping each other, and that's what we want to see. We look dangerous on attack again. We look entertaining again. This season, teams are going to be watching us because we're entertaining. But then defense, Lord Jesus. Our enemies last night watched the match and you were like, you know what? They were like, Chelsea's looking dangerous, but they're not scared of our defense. They are scared of our attack. They are scared of João Pedro, Cole Palmer, as well as, Morgan Rogers. They are scared of Kenda and Estevao coming in to cause some havoc as well. They are scared of that. They're not scared of Koyu. They're not scared of Sanchez. They are not. And that's what we need to change. If we are serious about winning the Premier League this season, please, Chelsea, change this guy now. Because it's really going to be painful, to be honest. I watched almost all the Premier League games this weekend, apart from 2, And I watched all the big matches as well. I saw Manchester United being Manchester United. I think I already said it in the last video that I'm not confident Carrick is the guy and he's going to do miracles at Manchester United. For me, it's just not the guy. And we saw. Man City don't look like Man City because Pep is gone, Rodri is gone. So we all know the story there. Tottenham is being Tottenham again, which we love to see. That's fine. We're not worried about you guys. Liverpool, very lucky to get away with a draw, at Newcastle. So Arsenal is the only team that actually had a fantastic, game against Coventry on Friday. And then we also had a good game last night, apart from our goalkeeper and defense that obviously were terrible. And by the way, also for the second goal, people are calling out Sanchez a lot. And I know I'm also doing the same, and this video is about that. But Kowi was also to blame on the second goal, let's be honest. Before it even went to Sanchez, Kowi should have dealt with that problem. That was his problem to deal with, and he didn't do enough. He looked very shaky, last night. He even had a yellow card. People are even saying could have been a red card. So it's not looking good. But that's a position that we can quickly fix. I think it's going to come good as well. He hasn't played too many games. He was shaking off an injury last season. So now he's back. So hopefully he picks up in the next game. Even if he doesn't, we can put Jaro Heto there. We can put Palestra, where Hato was last night. We could bring in Caicedo where James was and put James, where Gusto was. And then we could play around the back line. But the goalkeeping department, we can't do that. Maybe we should give Mike Penders a chance at this stage, right? Maybe we should put Penders in goal and see what happens. Because, believe me, Sanchez is not going to win us the Premier League. It's just not happening. Let me know what you think or who we can go for. I'm sure there's somebody we can go for, maybe for cheaper as well, instead of Diogo Costa, Kobel from Dortmund or Emi Martinez from Aston Villa. I'm sure there's a few other goalkeepers that are available somewhere, because trust me, we cannot keep on with Sanchez. We just can't continue with Sanchez if we are serious about winning the Premier League this season. And I'm excited for this season. What I saw last night made me so happy. The last time we watched, we won the Premier League. We started off on a Monday night. I think we won 2-1. I think it was against Burnley or West Ham, something like that. Diogo Costa and Eden Hazard scoring the goals. That's 10 years ago now. Please, it's time to do it again. It's time to do it again. And I think we have a good chance this season to do something, especially when other teams are starting off like this. So I'm not even sad or too worried about how we started. I'm actually very happy because most teams dropped points apart from obviously Arsenal and Man City. But they look shaky. Man City looks shaky. We also look shaky in defense. We were lucky last night to walk away with 3 points because it could have been, it could have been 3-0. Robert Sanchez in the second half, we also went out a little bit, and then he was caught in no man's land because Robinson was already on the ball, and then a better touch from Robinson there, it could have been 3-0, and then we could have been crying. And I think it would have been very obvious now. Maybe people would have been more vocal about Sanchez leaving because now we won. Everybody's like, oh, we won, relax. But hey, man, the problem is there to see and the problem is there to fix. So let's fix it. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't, man. Thank you so much. If you watched up until this end, you are a legend. Let me know your thoughts. Who do you think we can go for, in the transfer market? There's only a few days remaining before the window closes. We need a goalkeeper, and we can definitely win the Premier League if we get a goalkeeper. So come on, Chelsea.